going to need 2 main body pieces, 2 main body linings, your 2 exterior side panels, your 2 side linings, your 2 D-ring connectors. You need 1 zipper or 2 zippers, however you would like to do it, 2 D-rings, your zipper tape cut to match the length of the main panel, some 1/8 inch double-sided tape, some staples if you so choose, and your tools to make a webbing strap, which will be another video coming soon, or it's already made. So this is going to be the alternative way to make the autumn. I've already got an autumn video out there, which is with the handles. So let's go ahead and make this version up. So what you will see right off the bat is that I have already found the 4 cardinal points on my exterior, and I'm just going to line my lining up with my exterior. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my D-ring connectors. I'm going to find the center of those, and then I'm going to use double-sided tape. You could use 1/8 inch here. I should have said use 1/2 inch. It's entirely up to you what you want to use. But I'm going to put some double-sided tape here, and I'm going to find the center and then line these edges up with that center line. And I'm going to do that for both of these. And then I'm going to use this 1/8 inch double-sided tape, and I'm going to apply it to the edges on both sides, right and wrong side of the zipper tape. Then I am going to find my center. Take your main body linings, line them right sides together. And then you're going to do the same thing with your exteriors, right sides together. And then we're going to take the exterior, the lining, our 2 side pieces, and our D-rings to the machine to sew. So let's get started. Starting with the main body, we are going to sew them together with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm going to press this open, and then we are going to top stitch to keep it open. 1/4 inch is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the exact same thing to the lining. I'm going to base stitch the lining and the exterior sides together. I'm going to take my D-rings and I'm going to top stitch them at 1/4 inch, both sides for both D-rings. For this next part, you can do this 2 ways, but I'm going to show you the way I like to do it. You can go ahead and slide your D-ring on. And then you can base stitch these closed together so you don't have to worry about them coming undone. Now, what you could do is go ahead and clean up your sides if you've got any kind of overhang. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I do have a little bit of overhang on the top and bottom, so I'm going to go ahead and clean it up real quick. With the top part facing upwards, I'm going to line my D-ring up with the top, or the north, or however you want to say it. And I'm going to overhang this about 1/2 inch. You could absolutely use a ruler. Using a ruler to go over about 1/2 inch to make sure you're good. Quarter to 1/2 inch. I like to use my seams on the center to kind of help me line up with my cardinal point that I made. So yeah, I'm sitting not quite 1/4 inch over, so I'm going to do that, and then I'm just going to sew it down or baste it down. At this point, you are going to put the bag together exactly like the original autumn video. So we'll walk through that really quickly. Make sure you found your centers on your lining and your exterior. Now, you can do this 2 different ways. I'm going to do it this way, I think, today. I'm going to find my center, line it up nice and pretty. I'm then going to sew this down at 1/4 inch. I'm going to do that on both sides. Clean it out. I'm just lining up my seams on the center, and I'm just going to press this out and finger press the seam down. It should lay fairly flat. So with the main side facing up, I'm going to start somewhere on the side here, and I'm going to just backstitch really good. I'm going to come up and I'm going to top stitch across the zipper. And I'm going to pivot. I'm going to go down. And we can snip. So body is stitched down. It's not going to move on you. You've got your zippers top stitched. Now at this point we are going to attach our zipper or zippers if you decide to do 2 zippers. For this tutorial, I should probably go ahead and do 2. Just going to line up the zipper, slide it on. Once you get the zippers on, I did opt for the 2 zippers. You're going to want to go ahead and like level up your zipper tape to your bag and then cinch it very good on the ends to prevent it from fraying. Completely up to you, but you can absolutely do a basting stitch on the ends here to keep it from moving and coming undone. That's entirely up to you. Going to flip the bag inside out. Then we're going to get our sides here, and it doesn't matter which one. You are going to line your center point up for the north side where you attached your D-ring to the end of your zipper tape. So I like to try to find the center there. Now it does get a smidge thick right here, so I will be back stitching through this area relatively well, and then I will also trim this off when I have it all attached, just so it's nice and even for the binding. After I do that, I'm going to, I would recommend that you find your landmarks on your bag as well, and if you're going to do that, line the center of your zipper up with the center seam that we made and make some cuts. By the way, I'm sure you are aware that this is Nefarious. I like the staple gun. So I'm going to get all my landmarks in place. And then I'm going to ease these in together. You should not have to make any snips. They should line up very well. But if you have... Now at this point you can absolutely sew this together at 1/4 of an inch, backstitching really good at the top. I'm going to actually staple mine so that I prefer staples. But I'm going to staple mine in place, then sew it at 1/4 of an inch, then remove the staples, and then come back to you. But just so you can save time, I'm going to do the exact same thing on both sides. So if you want to repeat that step, just back this video up just a little bit, and you can see this exact same thing again. I'm going to do it over here too. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I do have both of my ends stapled. You can do this one at a time. I'm doing mine together. You're going to sew this at 1/4 of an inch all the way around. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to remove my staples, and then I'm going to bind this so we can finish this bag up. I got this from Amazon. It's 1/2 inch double fold bias tape. We're now going to sew at 1/4 of an inch all the way around, securing our bias tape or our binding to our bag. Once you get your threads all cleaned up, you're going to be ready to turn the bag out. Now, obviously with this being vinyl and waterproof canvas, a heat gun would be best, or a blow dryer would be best to soften the material. So that's what I'm going to use to soften this. Once you get it all pressed out, you've got your D-rings on the ends, and there is the crossbody, as the Autumn as a crossbody. I want to thank you for watching this really quick tutorial on making the Autumn bag as a crossbody versus just a handbag. It is a very quick, very simple make, and I can't wait to see all of your makes out in the wild. So make sure that you're not just tagging K&A Custom Fabrics, make sure you're tagging your girl Nefarious. So for now, me and Autumn say bye-bye. So see you around.